Hey YouTube, it's your girl Latoya, and I'm here with another video today. But I'm not gonna talk no more about my weight journey today. I'm gonna put that to the side for now because I want to talk about something. I want to talk about my relationships with my mama, my daddy, my siblings on my mother's side of the family, my husband, and my children, and God. First and foremost, I want to talk about my relationship with God. I've never really had a relationship with God. I've always went to church and all, and fellowship and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't never quite understand it because I guess I was getting the message wrong. So I tended to just veer away from religion. But this year, well, last year, 2020, and ever since I've been talking to my spiritual advisor, they have pointed me into the right direction, and now I understand a lot more when it comes to religion and God. I've learned to lean on God a whole lot more than ever, due to the circumstances that I'm in. I've learned to be vulnerable. I've learned to come out my shell and just be real with folks. No more hiding. No more hiding. The mask is off. It's off. No more hiding. I'm not a perfect angel. I'm not perfect by a long shot. But I try. Sometimes I get discouraged. Sometimes I get down and out on myself, depressed. I go into eating binges. And I just clam up in my home like a hermit. Because people just don't understand me, or they can't understand me. Yes, I'm complicated. I'm very, very so much complicated. But it's not by my choice. It's just due to the circumstances of life that I'm complicated. Excuse me, because I have a stuffy nose and I've been dealing with a cold for the last 2 days. So, excuse me if I sound a little... But I've learned to lean more on God. I've learned more to read His Word and apply it to my own life. And going forward, I enjoy reading the Bible, reading the Word, and getting the Word. I go to a church, but right now, since the COVID is shut down again, I do go to a church, but I watch it on YouTube. I watch church on YouTube, and I get great joy out of that. I get great joy out of that. So, with that being said, I'm learning to lead on God. I'm learning to let Him fight my battles. I'm learning that I'll be better off if I allow God to do what He needs to do. Now I want to talk about my relationships. First, we're going to talk about my relationship with my mom and my dad. You can't help who you're born to in this world. So I was born to my mother and my father. Them two didn't know each other from the get. They didn't know each other. He was older, she was younger, but she was doing her own thing because she was allowed to do her own thing. But they didn't know each other, and therefore they didn't have a relationship. Period. Growing up, I used to inquire about my daddy, but she could never tell me anything about my daddy other than he was from Mississippi. Okay. But locally, I had an uncle that lived in town, You know, he didn't really. I didn't really ask him much about my dad, but I kind of leaned on him toward like a daddy figure. But you know, it's like a daddy figure, but not a daddy figure. You know, so that was that with that. But my relationship with my mama is a toxic one, and it's been toxic since the day I was born. And the reason why I say that because my mama never protected me. She didn't know how to protect me, and she couldn't protect me. She only knew what she knew, and that was very little. She only knew what she knew because it was passed down to her, and that's what she saw. So in a way, I don't blame her, but I blame her because she should have knew better. My mom allowed things to happen to me that should have never happened. And when it was exposed, she did nothing about it. And nobody in the house did anything about it. And that led to more problems for me. More problems for me because I got lost. When I should have been a child, running around and being a child, I was a child doing adult things with grown men. Not by... Excuse me for the breathing, but I gotta catch my breath. But I was a child doing grown things by grown men in a weird situation. Nobody attended to the children. Me and my sister in the house, not like that. Nobody paid attention to what was going on to us, because they was too busy paying attention to what was going on with them and their lifestyles. I've learned that I've been dealing with mental illness ever since I was a child. I've been dealing with it. From my eating habits, to my depression, and to my bad choices. I've been dealing with mental health illnesses for a long time, and I'm 44. The relationship that I have with my dad is not really a relationship at all. Because my daddy don't even know my birthday. He know I'm his child, but he don't know my birthday. And we don't really have nothing too much in common, as far as I know. I met him when I was 22. And I got to spend time with him at that age. But as time went on, you know, and I got settled down here in Georgia, I have spoken to him around 2016 after I had my second child. But, you know, he has a temper, I have a temper, and, you know, we both want things our way. But I feel like you're the parent. You're supposed to show the child. But I don't think he knows how to do that. So with that being said, I just let it go. I've been trying so long to have some kind of relationship with my parents to the point that it's just exhausting and it's overwhelming to me. I want that for myself, and I want my children to know their grandparents. But at the current time and situation, they'll never know them because of their habits and how they carry on with themselves. They'll never know that. I long for a relationship with a mother. You know, I see other people, their mothers is carrying on and getting along and, you know, going out to eat, shopping, talking and stuff. And I want that for myself. I really do. I really, really do. No. No. But I'll never have it. I'll never have it. With my mama or my daddy. I really don't think I would have anything else to do with them in life. And that's my choice. But people used to wonder, oh, why you do your mama like this? Oh, why you do your mama like that? But they don't even know half of it. They don't know half of the shit that I've been through. That woman, they don't know. And it's got to the point where I got tired of explaining because they always had a rebuttal as to what I should do and how I should handle my mom. But I handle her accordingly, and that's I don't handle her at all. I don't want to be dealing with her, with the drama and all that control mess. It's not for me. Because my mother is the type of person is like, if she do something for you, she got you by the balls. And she not gonna never have me by the balls. Never. I can do stuff for myself. I can go and get my own stuff. I've always gotten my own stuff. And I never needed a co-signer for anything. So she'll never have me in a way where I have to need her like that. Now I want to talk about my relationship with my siblings. It's 4 of us total on my mother's side. 3 girls and 1 boy. I'm the oldest. I'm going to say this right here. I love all my siblings. All of them. No, we don't get along all the time. Yes, we butt heads. But it's okay. It's okay. And we also have differences of opinions. I'm sorry. But to me, being the oldest, I just want to deal with them in a way that I can also protect myself. You know, a lot of things that went on with me in my younger life, my brother and my baby sister, they wasn't around for that. So they tend to lead with my mom, our mama. And that's okay. That's okay. Once again, I love my siblings. But in my mind, and my heart, if I was to tell them everything that I went through, they couldn't even comprehend it. In my mind, I feel like they're too immature to understand what I went through and too immature to know how to go about helping me correct my mistakes. I've lived longer than them, so I figure it out somewhere. So I figure it out most of the time. I don't consult with them on anything when it comes to my own personal life. I don't feel like there's a need because, like I said, I don't think they can really handle the stuff that I've been through. And they don't quite understand. Yes, they have their own problems. Everybody have their own problems and everything, but I can handle a whole lot more than they can. My relationship with, what I said? I got my mom, my dad, my brother and sister. My relationship with my children. My children are my world. They are my heartbeat. And I'm like a mama bear when it comes to my children. I love my children to death. My children get treated well. They get treated better than I have gotten treated in my life coming up. I allow my kids to be kids. I don't put no more on them. And I don't expose them to any and everything. I will go to hell and beyond to protect my kids. And that's just that. I don't want nobody around them that's abusive and that's toxic. They don't deserve that. And I make sure every day to give them a good life. My children, they go to school. They're very mannerable. And they don't give me no problems. Yeah, I have to fuss at them occasionally. But for the most part, they don't give me no problems. And they don't want for nothing. They don't. I try to instill in my children about hard work, get your education, and be yourself, no matter what. I try to instill that in them. My children, they are my world. And I'm sorry that they can't never have a relationship with their grandparents. Because both of them are toxic. Both of them are toxic. And one don't know when you like children. My relationship with my husband, that's toxic too. And that's been toxic from day one. Ever since I got with that man, all he has done has played on my emotions, played on the stuff that I've been through, just played on me, period. And me, I ignore all the signs and signals. I ignore everything because, really, I thought that's what it was supposed to be. Because I've seen so much growing up in my own time that I didn't know the ins and out of a relationship. I've been in relationships, don't get me wrong. But this relationship with my husband, it just felt different when we got together. You know, he showed me a whole different side to what I was getting before. You know? But his ugly head reared slowly, and slowly it reared. My husband has lied to me, lied on me, mistreated me, and just preyed on me, period. And I now allow him to do that because I didn't think I could do no better. I didn't think nobody else would love me. And I didn't think I didn't want to be alone. There's so many reasons to why I allowed this man to just do me any kind of way. So many reasons. So many reasons. I found out that my husband was cheating on me March of 2021, a week before our 16th anniversary. And I called that lady, and she proceeded to tell me that they were living together and this and that. And also that he told her that I was dead. He was a widower, however you say it, and so forth. You know, I knew he could stoop low, but I didn't think he would stoop that lower. You know? So as time went on, you know, when I was living in Arcadia, I was the breadwinner. And then I lost my job at the prison. And I already talked about why I lost my job there in one of these videos. But I lost my job, so he had to become the breadwinner. And that was a difficult struggle for him because he was already messing up so bad that I had no choice but to hurry up and try to find a job, any job, so I could pay my bills. But as time went on, this man has belittled me. He's had me begging him to stay. He has stolen from me. He's taken from me. And he just have done so much to me. This man even spit in a plate of food that I was about to eat. The one thing I can say about my husband, he never hit me. All he did was psychological and emotional abuse. He made me feel like I was the only one, but in the end, I wasn't the only one. And then he didn't even really want me. Here I am thinking that was my forever. You know, and I had 2 kids by him, and I thought we were settling down. But no. We're not settling down. We doing other stuff. Today, early this morning, about 7 o'clock this morning, I didn't see my husband for 2 days. I already knew where he was at with his girlfriend. So he comes here ready to argue, fuss, and fight because he can't have his way with me. I've been standing up to him for some time now. So he gets frustrated. And then he wants to say things like, "I'm going to put you out. Nobody don't want you. I'm miserable." So forth and so on. And then nobody will love you. The same things that my mama used to say to me when I was a child. Pretty much. And I look at him, when I look at him now versus when we first got together, he was always the same man. So I say that he was a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's the best I can describe him. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Me and Arrington, all he want to do is use me up. And I won't allow that no more. I won't allow that no more. I want better for myself. That's why I started my YouTube channel. So I can help somebody else in this predicament. I've let this man blow tons and tons of money that I've came across. He's blowed everything. The stimulus checks gone. And come to find out, he was spending it all on these women. Taking them out, doing things that he should have been doing with me and his 2 children. My relationships, in a nutshell, all were part of my mental illness. They were all a part of my mental illness. I don't mind telling nobody that I've been to therapy. I have a therapist. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of nothing. I don't enjoy talking about my life, but I got to get this stuff out. I got to get it out. I got to get it out and get it off me. Because I'm trying to move forward in my own life. I have to figure out how to raise my 2 boys and be the mama and the daddy in this situation. I have to figure out how to take care of me better so I can be a better mama for them. My children deserve everything. Everything. They deserve their mama and their daddy. But in this circumstance, they won't have but one. They won't have but one. My life, all my life has revolved around mental illness. It makes me sad. It makes me sad at one time. And then I try to get glad because I can finally see the light and move on. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Because really and truly, I don't have nobody to depend on but myself. If I get sick or something happens to me, I just have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. I don't have no intentions or plans of moving back to Arcadia because it's so toxic there. I don't want to be put in a vacuum. Because I know in Arcadia, everybody watching, everybody moves. And I just don't want to deal with that. I'm grown. I want to act grown. I want to be grown. And I'm enjoying my life here in Georgia. Dealing with these issues and problems, it's enough to make somebody go really, really crazy. And it's a wonder I haven't been go really, really crazy. Again, I thought about suicide, and during one of our heated arguments, I attempted to go and do suicide. I attempted to go to the lake here, which also has a funeral gravesite there. and I was going to go and drive my car in the lake. But for some odd reason, my cousin, my big cousin, my spiritual advisor, I think he called me or I called him, and I told him what I was going to do, and he prayed for me. He prayed for me. He prayed for me and prayed for me. He prayed for me and told me to get my butt from over there and go back home. I'm tired. I'm so tired. But I got to keep it going because my children, they depend on me. They depend on me. They depend on me. So I can't take a break. But I can't take a break if I wanted to. These videos to me is like therapy. Like therapy. I can talk about it openly. I don't have to hide. And so what? My husband said that everybody laughing at me. But what about him? They might be laughing, but they watching. They watching these videos. For sure. But YouTube, all I ask for y'all to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit helps me. Every little bit. And I mean it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This journey that I'm going on, it's going to be a long, long journey. But I know y'all, I got support out there somewhere. Thank y'all for watching my YouTube channel and my videos. Thank y'all so much. I love you. Bye.